In many ways, many things are not flat. In many ways, many things are, let's say, a box. They have multiple sides. They are not all, they do not all reveal themselves and show everything on a flat surface. I'm speaking of this because of the way many things are presented. If you have a look at, let's say, a topic, and a topic is seen from a certain direction, or a person assumes to know all there is to know about a subject. In many cases, I think it's not true. There is another side, and acknowledging and knowing that there is another side, and presenting a point of view from the direction of this is the side I know, and this is what I can show to you. I think it comes from a place of humility. The place that doesn't come from humility is more of a claim that everything is shown from a single side. Let me try to explain what I mean. There is a situation about, let's say, parents and their children. Let's should the child, or let's say a statement could be, children should obey their parents. But, and let's say that's the only statement. A person says every child must obey their parents. A flat statement that is coming from an angle. But how about when the parent says something that is really not helpful? What happens? Should the child still obey when this obedience would be very destructive? Let's say the parent says, go destroy something or go do a certain thing. That is known to be wrong. Should the child go ahead to obey such? Should the child go ahead to do that? That's another angle of looking at it, this case of obedience. If a person looks at a case of, oh, use your money and help the poor, help a lot of people. There was a time that one of my friends said, do you know that, giving to someone on the street might not be very helpful because he uses that money to buy some drugs, for example. Does it mean that you should trace everyone you give money to find out, to make sure that they do not use it for something else? Does it mean you shouldn't give? Does it mean they have to sign and say that I would never use this to buy something else, I will use it for what you gave me money for? The person also advised, how about just buying some food and giving it to them? Since maybe they're asking you for food, instead of giving money, just buy them food. What if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to go buy food? Certain things come in certain scenarios, and it requires some wisdom. Some people could say, why be bothered? Just do what you want and go your way. There is no need to try to do things a certain way. No need to verify every action. That's maybe one other way of looking at it. There are some that are very easygoing. There are some that are not very easygoing. There are some that are very legalistic. Some people view things from some areas. Whose view is correct? Does it mean that all views actually are looking at the same object? That is, assuming they are looking at the same object. But some may be looking at the objects with rose-colored glasses, or glasses that have different tints. Some people's glasses may be distorted, but we may assume that everyone is looking at the same object. Can we listen to each other and say, let me see things the way you see them? Let me observe, what do you see? Why do you think that way? Why do you think doing things a certain way is fine? A person comes late to work and You say to him, why did you come late to work? Or maybe you don't listen. You say, you did this and because you came late to work, you lost a deal, for example. Could we see things from his angle? Maybe his angle is that he's a late person, he never comes early. That's an angle. He's late, maybe he should be fired. Another angle could be he had an accident and his car got totaled. He got to work because he thought that the project, he could still save the project despite his accident. Maybe that's an angle, legit angle, that something happened, something really bad happened, and he couldn't make it on time. That's still one way of looking at it. Seeing things from other people's perspective could save a lot of arguments, a lot of inconsideration. If you say to yourself, okay, let me try to see where the other person is coming from. Why does he think that way? What makes him say that? What makes him behave that way? That doesn't mean that every action is excusable, because certain things still need to be punished, I think. Still, a thing having multiple sides, and could it be that the other side is completely different? One side is yellow and the other side is red and the other side is black, showing different characteristics, not even looking like the same object. Could it be? Or could it be that an object looks the same in all directions, no matter the perspective, no matter the timeline? Could it be that some things morph into various shapes, depending on when you look at it, depending on how you see it? Let's say a young lady, she is 18 and she's getting into a relationship. It's her first time and she sees the guy as the best in the world. She refuses to listen to her parents, refuses to take counsel, feels that I'm old enough to do what I want. Let me do this. The mother, who may have been divorced twice, says to her, you need to slow down and observe this man first. I see some things about him. He looks a lot more like the other two that have left me. Please do not follow this man. He does this and that. But the child sees things in a certain way. He's rich, he has a car, he treats me nice, sees things from that angle. The mother says, no, he has a lot of women, etc. They are both seeing things from two different sides. Which one is true? Will he morph into what the woman sees, or will he remain as what the young lady sees? For example, okay, she refuses to listen to her mother and goes ahead and gets married to the man. For the first 2 years, what she saw when she got engaged to him is still true. He's still maybe keeping up a face and being who he said he was and remaining as she saw her. But then on the third year, she begins to see certain things about him that she did not expect. So he's kind of, the reality adjusted. Could be that he was really like that, but she did not see. I still think that the best superpower to have, a good superpower to have, is seeing the future, being able to predict what will happen next. Interesting. But some things play themselves out, and because many things move around in cycles, it's easy to predict, I think. I'll talk about this on another video. But for this one, it's interesting, isn't it?